and welcome back to Justin Talks Villa. And today this is a special bonus episode, and I am absolutely thrilled to be here today talking to one of my idols at Aston Villa and probably the scorer of the most important goal. Would you agree, Peter? Of Villa's history.
Well, I think to win the European Cup is a tremendous achievement. Win the championship, you know, for the first time in 71 years, but then to go on and keep the momentum going, that what Liverpool, Nottingham Forest had done, it was a great achievement, you know, and massively. I think that there's a few people who said to me, which I was very surprised at, people saying that they would have liked to have scored that European Cup goal, of course. You know, you sort of, you remembered, as it were. But the important factor was, as I said, that we kept it going and we won the European Cup and gone down in history, as it were, as the first team that won the European Cup for Aston Villa football.
But hopefully not the last.
Well, the way that they're going at the moment and the way that you guys got them playing, they've got every opportunity. They've got a tough task coming up with Paris Saint-Germain, but they've proved in the past that they've stepped up to the challenge.
We like being underdogs, don't we?
Yeah, well, they've stepped up to the challenge like that, and it just so happened. The irony really is that it's going to be in Bayern's ground this year. And
who knows where that could end then?
It could end up playing Bayern at Bayern
again,
and beating them 1-0.
Third time in a row, 1-0. But this, I'm going to have another. There's going to be another episode out, and I'm going to talk to Peter about his time at Villa and the European Cup and the league win. I could talk for about 5 hours, to be honest, with his history at Villa is phenomenal. But this one is a special episode, as I said, because Peter is now entering a different part of his career, would you say? And he's entering the whiskey business. So that's a really interesting sideline. How did you get into this whiskey idea? And
it was really through my son Stephen.
Right.
He was in contact with the whiskey company and said about the spirit of '82, because it's, you know, when you look back of how long ago it was, it is a phenomenal achievement that we've kept going, and you know, a lot of the players are still around. You know, sadly, it was only Gary that passed, the youngest player or the youngest member of the team. So Stephen came up with this concept, and this company have been working with a lot of other clubs and players. So it was an opportunity for us to do and reminisce about it. And I like a drop of scotch anyway.
Oh, well, it feeds in nicely, doesn't it? So, a lot of players of your era went on to work in pubs and things, didn't they? It was sort of a natural progression. If they didn't go coaching, they went and worked in like their own open pubs, didn't they, and bars and things.
I think that in them days, it was a concept that the breweries just come to players and said, you know, maybe you can open a pub and we can maybe fund it and do them sort of things. So there's quite a lot of players who did that. But I was sort of different. I always had it in my mind to stay in football, to pass on the knowledge, as it were. And that's what I did, really. But in our day, we used to drink. You know, all the players used to drink a little
different
bit.
Times, wasn't it?
Well, it used to be you start off with a few pints, and then someone would say, "Oh, let's have a couple of scotches." So you know,
that's where your love of whiskey came from, then.
Yeah, and there was a lot of whiskies, the malt whiskies and that we were sort of into, because we wanted to sample different types of whiskey to see what the taste was. So this is an opportunity now to do exactly the same.
And bring your own whiskey out.
Correct.
How fantastic is that?
I
do think it's fantastic. It's called the Spirit of Rotterdam '82, so it really feeds into what was, you know, as we all know, you know, I spent the whole of the year of the 40-year anniversary travelling around and meeting all you guys, and it was brilliant to see, just to see that, you know, the achievement and how much passion that you had and what it did for the club and what it's still doing for the club. You know that era and that team, it's just never going to be forgotten, is it? Absolutely fantastic. So this is a really good idea. You are working in conjunction with Nigel Spink and Tony Morley. So that's an interesting three. So why those two guys?
I think the original concept when Stephen was putting it together was 4.
Oh, okay.
Which was, Tony, Gary Shaw, myself and Nigel, of course, were going to be the four. But of course, sadly, with the passing of Gary, it just meant three of us left, as it were.
So three really the most important members of that team on the day, really, isn't it? The assist maker, the goal scorer, and Super Nige coming off the bench.
Yeah, that he didn't realise that he was coming off the bench. I think he thought it was Gary Newman who was coming on instead.
I think he had to get a nudge, didn't he? That's you, Nige, you're going on, mate.
Yeah. So, it's we're getting involved. We're doing a lot of sort of talks, question and answer. Hopefully on I think it's the 27th.
Yeah, 27th of March. Yeah.
We've got this function where we're going to, it's an opportunity to ask questions, find out about the history.
Yeah.
We always have something to talk about. And of course you can have pictures taken and of course you can get a bottle of the spirit of,
what's not to love about that? What's not to love about that?
The only problem is, I think, that most of them will put it in a case and
not drink
probably
it.
Won't open it.
Yeah, it's probably worth more just to sit on the shelf and look at it. Yeah. Well, if as Peter said, it's the company is Legends Whiskey in Ireland, and they've worked with the likes of Bill Shankly, John Aldridge, Northampton Town. Correct. So Aston Villa are now at the pinnacle of who they've worked with so far, and obviously the 82 team is the pinnacle of Aston Villa's teams. So that's great to be working with them from Ireland as well. A real good Irish distillery as well.
Yes, and I think that. We're looking forward to it. I had a meeting with them, a Zoom meeting, while I was in Australia, and they come away with, or I come away with positive vibes with regards to what we were trying to do, and I look upon it really as trying to give something back. Yeah. People might think, oh, it's a way of making money. Yeah. It's not. It wasn't so much about the money side of it for me. It was more so to try and reminisce. Absolutely, and for people to remember this. And, if you've got a bottle of whiskey that you get all your Villa lads around, you go, oh, do you want a tipple of this?
Well, what a better place to drink it than when we win the European Cup this season. How about that?
Well, yeah.
Buy a bottle of the Spirit of Rotterdam 82, watch us win the final in Munich, crack it open and have a tot each. That I couldn't think of a better way to celebrate.
That'd be brilliant.
Yeah, it'd be great. I'm going to put a little video in now of the promotional material, so you'll see that now. So as Peter said, there is an event coming up. It is Thursday, the 27th of March. It is at the Sill Hill Brewery. I'm going to put the link and everything into the description of the show. It's £49 each. You will get drink, food, question and answers with the guys, and an opportunity to buy the bottles. I mean, that could be a fantastic place to come and buy the bottles because you can get the guys to sign them as well. So not only will you have a unique piece of memorabilia and history, but the guys will sign them as well. I'm sure you will, won't you, for everyone?
Well, we'll sign them, and also you can have a picture taken with them.
Yeah, exactly. So it's a really unique opportunity. It's a bespoke limited edition bottle, and the guys are going to bring all the memorabilia along as well. Things like the European Cup and the shirts and the medals and everything. So if you haven't already had that opportunity to meet the guys and to see and touch some of this stuff that is just, for me as a memorabilia collector, it's the pinnacle of the pinnacle. It's the best of the best. You will not get better than this. So please get involved. I have also got, which Peter's kindly given me. It's a signed picture. So if you'd like to, make sure you subscribe to the channel, like this video, put a comment in the comment section, and if you just say how many goals Peter scored, how about that? How many goals did Peter score for Aston Villa in his time at Aston Villa? And I'll pick one winner, and I'll get this sent out to you. Peter signed that as well, so that's a really nice piece of memorabilia for you to have. So yeah, so get involved, make sure you go online. I'll drop the website address into the comment section, as I say, and you can go along, meet all the guys and get yourself a bottle of the Spirit of Rotterdam 1982. Join me next time when I'll be having a chat with Peter about his time at Aston Villa. Up the Villa.